Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of T-shirt design tutorial. So today I am going to show you how to create designs for FIVERR clients. So this one was an example of my work. I did this for a client of mine, and some other client liked this style and he wanted something similar but with other text. So the concept here is a father and son going to hunting, and the father will have the rifle like this over his shoulder and something like this sunset background. So this is the background I will be using here, and this is the text. So for making a design like this we need good quality vectors. That means you can you have to create those vectors for your client work. You cannot just take it from anywhere or place it. So you can take it but not every time. So in this situation I want a father and son walking sideways, and father will have a gun like that. So for making a design like that I picked these two images. You can just search like father and son walking sideways, you will find different images like this, and here is an example. So I need a gun silhouette, so I am going to use this one. But the problem is sometimes when we are saving a file, it is going to save as WEBP file. So that is the format now most of the websites are using. So this file is good but you cannot see it or you cannot import it in Illustrator. So this is a problem, and for fixing this problem I use a method which is I use a converter. This converter is called Format Factory. This is a free software. It is basically for converting video or audio, but I am using to convert it for images. So in Format Factory just select the image, drag and drop, and then select JPG, PNG, whatever format you need. I'm going to use JPG this time, and then start. It is going to convert your image into JPG format. So you can see this is the JPG format. Now I can open this or I can import this in Illustrator, but this WEBP format I cannot. So this converting this image is really important. So I'm going to place that image. I'm pressing Ctrl Shift P for place, or you can just go to file then place from here. Shortcut is this. So these are the images I will be using here. Now for making a design like this, first step is I need to make the placement. So in this one I'm going to reflect the sun's position, something like this. So he is going to, okay, so this is Illustrator, so I cannot erase part of any image, but I can hide that. And for doing that I am simply selecting this image, then open transparency, and then select black from black as the fill color, and then draw a shape like this. So that is the area I want to keep, and then rest I just want to erase like this. That is fine. Now what it is doing is it is basically erasing that part, as you can see. So now I can place to see if it is going to work for me or not. So this is the position I will be drawing for my this father and son. So father is taking the son, and then the hand position is not matching right now, but it will match because I will rotate the hand to this way. But that is what I am going to do later. So for now, okay, so selecting this one, and then again I am using that same method to hide this part. So this is a good position for me, and then this father will have this hand kind of in this way, and then the gun will be here. So this is the idea. Now I'm going to select them both. I'm going to reduce the opacity, and then I'm going to go to object, then lock, and then lock selection. My shortcut is Ctrl A1, so I use the shortcut Ctrl 1 to lock it. So now you can see this is locked. I cannot move it. So first step is I need my pen tool. You can choose any fill color you want, and I want to draw it with my pen tool. So as you can see I am not drawing it very precisely because the details of the face and other things is not really important, because the man, who is this man, this is not really important. But I can keep some details if I wish, like this. That's just up to you, but I'm not going to waste my time on that. So most of the time we don't draw vectors, we just try to take something from the internet, but it is really easy. If you try using pen tool, it is going to be easier every day. So this is the safest way, and there is no copyright problem, there is no problem of getting sued by your client, so that is also a plus point here. Now if you are going to make a design for someone who is paying you for making a design, then this is not, we should not just use something from the internet. Now it's not like I never use vectors from internet, of course I do. Most of the time we can simply make graphics, and most of the time the work is not too much detailed, so we can just draw simple vectors like this. But in some rare cases client asks too many detailed work or something which is not in our skill area, so in that case I use pre-made vectors or graphics for my client work, but I let them know first that I don't draw it in this way, so it is going to be some pre-made vectors I will be using. If that is okay with you, I will work on this, and sometime some clients agree with that, someone do not agree, so they don't work with me. They, or sometimes I suggest them to just draw it from some artist and give me the source file so that I can modify it to make a t-shirt design. Okay guys, so this is just the simple drawing process. Now as you can see, I am not keeping any details or do not trying to make it very precise. I am just drawing as fast as I can. So one important tip here, that I am not clicking anything hard. So as you can see, I am not just clicking, I am clicking and dragging. So that is not making any sharp corners of my graphics. So this is just click and drag. So in this area I just click, but that is some, like here I will click, here I will click and drag, something like that. I am going to make it this show a little bit bigger than the original because I don't want it to look like a office show. I want it to look more like a boat or something people will wear while they are going to hunt, something like that. Okay, so this part is important, but I will need that in a different way, so that's why I will draw it later. Just like this, just join it here, and as you can see we have a good looking silhouette of a man. So this is really looking good, but I don't think this area is looking cool. So, and another problem is it is looking more like a shirt. So I'll try to make it more like a jacket or something he is wearing, so that it looks, it doesn't look a very formal dress or official dress, something like that. So this is fine. Now this is my father silhouette is done. I will do the sun in the same way and then I will come back. Okay guys, so my drawing is complete right now, as you can see, but I make it in different parts. So this part I draw in a separate file, and this one is in a separate file, so that I can join them. Now this one, this ignore these hand details, those are not important, but in this one I'm going to place it something like this, so that it will look like this boy is holding his father's hand or something like that. That is good, but I want it to make look like a little bit of realistic. So in this way I'm going to make it look kind of this, so that the curve of the hand I wanted to represent. So he is holding his father's hand, so this part is not really important, and this man is holding that gun, so it should be something like this. And for the gun I am going to use that exact image, and this is already in black and white, so I just want to make a silhouette of it. Just do not, no need to use pen tool here. So in this one, in this way I am going to place the gun here, but it should be a bit smaller, it is being bigger than my graphics. So this way it is going to look good, and it is going to look like this man is holding the gun or something like that. So these details, I don't know if this is necessary for a gun or not. Okay, so this is how it is going to be. So as you can see, this is now going to look, this is now looking like father is taking his son to hunting. So I'm going to make it a group right now. Then I am pressing, okay, so no shortcut, just go to object and sorry, unlock all, and that is going to unlock everything here. So I don't need this to be here. Let's delete them. I have this silhouette here. Now for making a sunset like this, I just need to, I'm going to make it in my way. So I always love to keep a part bigger. Then I will bring a copy down like this. I will make that a little bit smaller. Then I will bring another copy just like that one. Then I'll make another copy. I'm pressing Ctrl D. Ctrl D is for duplicate. So this one a little smaller. Then again a little gap, another copy, and then I'm going to make this one a little bit more smaller. Then I'm going to bring another copy and something like this. So this is how it is going to be, and this is my shapes. I'm going to place them here. I'm going to change the colors, of course, to this one, and then this two, this bigger two, I'm going to make this orangey color. This bigger two, I will make this yellow color. This three, I will make this color, and these two, this darker greenish color. So that is fine. Now let's just select all of it and then group. So I don't think I need them anymore. So this is my graphic here. Now I need to take a ellipse here, just a ellipse like this. Then I will select these two, align them, and then I will align them with the top. So this ellipse and the shape's top is now exactly same position. I'm going to make it a little smaller for the ellipse, but that is fine. Now here I will select these two, this ellipse and the shapes group, and then click on this option here called crop. So you will find this under Pathfinder. Click on this crop. It is going to crop out everything, but the problem is when you crop like this, there is, like, if I try to change the color of my images, you can see it is filling all the area. So that is because when we are making it with crop, it creates some empty stroke. So you can see this is called empty stroke. This is a stroke but no fill, no color. That means there are some strokes which we cannot see, but they are there. So for fixing that, take your magic wand tool and click on of this empty stroke, and it is going to select all the empty stroke here and then delete it. So that's it, it is done. Now you can select your graphic, you can put any color you want. So this is the way of making a graphic like this. That is fine. Now for this one here, I am going to place my father and son here like this. I want them to be a little smaller. So I make this one bigger so that the details of the, okay, select this one, arrange, send to back. So the details of the father and son, these two graphic, they like they stays on a area like this, or maybe just like this. I want this face details to be in a solid space instead of in some gaps. So that is fine. Now here this is not looking very good, but don't worry, for this area I am going to fix it. And for fixing that, all you need to do is you need some grass to put in the background. So you can search like these grass silhouettes. You will find tons of different images, and this one is from Pixabay. As you know, Pixabay is a free website, so you can just simply use this one. So it is going to again give me that WEBP file, but there is an extension I use which is called save image as PNG. You can simply click on that and it is going to give you the option to save this image as PNG instead of that converting thing. So if you just bring that grass image here, that is going to be easier. So you can find tons of different images like this. You can just use any one you want. So I'm going to trace this with image trace, and then I'm going to go to go to advanced and ignore white. That is going to ignore all the whites in the image and making it a complete black silhouette. So make sure it is complete black by clicking on that one. That is fine. So it should be kind of this. Now the thing is, whenever you are making a design like this, I always see that people place design or images like this, like they are floating on air or something like that. But the real way of using this sunset style design is you have to place them on ground, so they should be standing on something. So in this case I am going to make them stand on this grass, so that is going to give the real effect of this sun background thing. So if you want, you can make it bigger, if you want you can make it smaller, that doesn't matter. So this is how it should be, and there is nothing should be visible from this area. So when your position looks good, maybe he should be kind of in this middle. So this is fine. Now I am going to select this one and this one, cut it. Now selecting this group, double click on this transparency option, click on this clip, and then press Ctrl F. So Ctrl F is just the shortcut of paste in front. You can also press Ctrl B, but Ctrl F is the perfect one. So it is going to show like this. Now in some case it may not show like this, it can show like this, that something is visible from the background. That is because your illustrator setting, it can happen for your illustrator setting that your black is not 100% black, it is maybe somehow black but not 100%, maybe it's like this. So for fixing that, you have to click on this black, but if it is still that problem is showing, then double click on this icon, this fill color icon, and make sure it is in here, or you can just type in 6 zeros there, 60, and press OK. So that is the perfect way of making it black. So this is how it is looking, father and son going to hunt or something like that. And now just once your this part is done, you can simply click here. Okay, so make sure that nothing is visible from here. As you can see, these small parts are being visible, so which is not necessary. So I can simply take my pencil tool to draw a shape like this, that is going to hide those area, and it is complete looking like this. So this is fine. Now the way of making this kind of design is, this kind of design always looks good on black, or not only black, it looks good on any dark color background. So you can see those black will fill the area and it is going to look like this. So it can be a very dark blue, it is going to look good. It can be a very dark red or magenta kind of color, dark green, it will look good. Most of the time it looks good on black. So I'm going to just keep it black for now, and then I'm going to lock this background so that I don't lose the position. So as you can see, this is how it is going to look right now, and I need those text never hunt alone. So I want to place that never hunt part on top, and then I am going to place alone in the bottom. So let's try that. First of all, I need a ellipse here. So with an ellipse, I'm going to make it look like this. Don't worry about how it is looking right now. So I need to make sure that it is going good, blending good with the circle I already have. Or you can simply select these two and then align them on the top. That will be easier for us to align this part of the circle with the overall shape here. So when it is matching, when it is fitting with the circle, just make it a little bigger and then put your text here. So I'm going to put never hunt here. Maybe I will put that yellow color for this one. So I'm going to keep it real simple. So I'm going to use my explorer. I can use my explorer paint here. So this is going to look some kind of rough looking font, because this is going to be a vintage style design. Okay, so not that one, sorry, I will use a simple font for now because I will distress the overall graphic, so I don't need to just distress the font. So that is fine. Now for this alone part, I am going to select this one, and then I'm going to make this one bigger. Now this is how it is looking, but I will use my script font here just to make it a little variation. So this is how it is going to look. Now this part is good. Let's break the font here, and I'm going to use my pen tool here. So with pen tool, click something like this, then click and drag to make this source and then join it here. And it is in fill color, so press shift X to make it in a stroke color. That is fine. Now select this stroke and then press shift W, or you can go to here white tool, and with white tool I am going to make one side bigger, and maybe for this area I will make this part a little bigger too. So that is, so just to make it match it with the option there, maybe I can bring it down a little bit so that I can make this part a little bit more bigger. So that is how it is going to look. Now I'm going to select this one and then go to object and expand appearance. This is going to be expanded. Press shift E for eraser tool, make it bigger in size so that you can erase a part like this, which is good. Now this is a shape, this is a shape, select them all, press shift M for shape builder tool, and then press alt and click on these areas like this. So this is how it is going to look. Now this is good. I am going to select this too. I am going to make it a group here, and then I am going to align it with the main circle of my design. So that is fine. Now this one also should need to align with this one. It is already in the center, but yet. So this is how it is looking. I am going to press Alt Control F, that is the shortcut for offset path, or you can simply go to path, object path, and then offset path. And in my case 10 pixel looks good to me. Just click OK, cut it. Now select this circle here and then go to transparency here and press Ctrl F here. This is how it is looking. So as you can see, this is in red color, so red is not making it complete transparent. That means we can see the background through these colors. So for fixing that, of course, we need to make everything black here. So once everything is black inside transparency, that is going to make this area, it is not making this area black or white, it is making this area transparent. So whatever the background color will be, that will be see through. So it is done like this. Now this is my final design for this one. I'm going to just break it from here. I don't need to act like a font anymore, so that is good. I'm going to make it a group here. So for a hunting environment, I can add some more elements. Let me show you. So I can add some trees by the side, and for doing that you can search like this, trees silhouette. You will find tons of tree images. So this is looking good. These are all from different PNG sites. So as you can see, this is from nice PNG. Okay, so this is from Redbubble. That means that is someone's work. We should not take that one, but this one is looking good. Sick PNG. This is just an image. This is just a simple shape. So this part you can take to make your design. That is not something copyrighted, because this is not the main part of my design, or I am not selling that as a design. So I am going to place it here. I'm going to make it a little smaller in size, cut it, then I'm going to select this. I need to select this circle only. Then inside the transparency I will place it, I will place the tree here in this position 1. Okay, so 1 in this position maybe. Then another one I will place a little bit bigger than that. So that looks good. For the father text, father part, this part is looking kind of this. So that is fine. Now let's just double click to isolate the, okay, so it is hard to see, so let's ungroup it first. Once it is ungrouped, I can simply select this one, then I can go inside the transparency, and that will be easier for me to modify these areas. So in this side the area is bigger, so I can put my trees in bigger shapes, but in this side this tree should be a little smaller so that it is not overlapping with the sun here. Okay, so this is how it is looking. Now as I said earlier, these small details are really not important, so you can simply just hide them by using transparency like this. So that is good. Now this is how it is going to look, and this is my final design. I can put some birds in there, but that is not really necessary for now. So for this one here, okay, sorry guys, I need to do a little bit modification here. I want to keep the style similar here because I want that sun shape to be visible. So let's cut it, remove this one. So this is how it is going to look, don't worry. Okay, so this is how it is going to look, and you can see the overall sun shape is visible now with that sort of forest scenery here. So this is how it is going to look. Now for this one here, as I was saying, so we can just keep it like this, but if you want to make a svg file of this image, that will not be possible, because whatever you can see here is using transparency, is using a mask. So if you want to make it a plain graphic like an svg file, then you have to work in a different way. So first step is you can simply make it with transparency, that is not a problem. So you can just use the transparency to make a design, and once the design is ready like this, all you have to do is select this shape, then go inside, and whatever you pasted here, you have to select everything and unite them. And once it is united, let's cut it. Now come to surface layer and select this one, and then press Ctrl F. That is going to place the black on top of the image here. So you can simply just select that one by pressing shift, and once it is looking like this, press alt and click on this minus front. So minus front is going to look like this. So it is not looking good right now, but don't worry, just expand everything. So go to object and expand appearance. So this is how it is going to be for your svg file design. So I'm going to now double click to select everything. Now I need to make sure that there is no empty stroke. So for doing that, I am creating an empty stroke here, as you can see. So no fill, no color, and if I just select that with magic wand, it is not selecting anything else. That means we are good to go. So first step is, now we are inside this group, I have to ungroup it, then release compound path. So this is how it is going to work. If you do not release compound path, you cannot color it one by one. So release compound path. Now select this part, make it this color. Okay, so this is how it is going to be. You need to select everything from here. Okay, so this is just going to take some time, but don't worry, we can do that. It is just going to be, you have to be a bit careful here just to make it svg file. Like if you are working for a client and if you want him to give a svg file, then this step is really necessary, otherwise it is not. If you are working for micro stock or print on demand, this step is not really necessary. So here I am going to make it that dark blue greenish color or whatever it is. So this is how you can make it a svg file. So now if I am going to show you both options here, so I am going to take a smaller artboard this time, that is fine. So this is my first version. I'm going to select it, copy it, I'm going to paste it here. Now let's save it like this. Now I am going to save it as an svg file. So this is going to be svg, untitled svg. So that is good. Now I am going to select this one. Okay, so I need to make it a group, of course. Copy this, then delete this one. So I'm going to save it with a different name. So just to show you, this is the first version of svg. If I try to open it with Inkscape, so if you open it with Illustrator, it will open perfectly because it is made in Illustrator. But if you open it with Inkscape or any other vector editing software or svg editing software, it is going to look like this, which is not the perfect way. You can see the design is lost. So if you send your client a transparency svg file, it is going to look like this, and he may think that it is not a perfect design or a good design. So you have to be careful here. If you are going to send your client an svg file, then you have to work in the second way I showed. So this is the second file. which was using the minus font option. It is taking a bit, it is being a bit longer video. So you can see as an svg file here, as an, if we use minus font, then we can simply make graphics like this. So let's try to create a, okay, so I forgot where to send that to the back. Move to layers. Okay, so I'm not working with Inkscape recently, so that is fine, but don't worry, we can cut this one, then we can simply paste it here again. That will be on top of the other one. So you can see this is how your client will be able to change it. He will be able to select your graphic, or if you need to make any changes of color, if you need to make it in a different size or anything else, he can do that with Inkscape without having Illustrator installed. So that was the thing I wanted to share with you guys if you are going to work for a Fiverr client. So that's all for today's video. Let me know if this was helpful or not, if I should make designs like this. Let me know in the comment section. Thank you for watching my videos. See you in the next video, guys. Have a great time.